Hello again, this is Chris, and this installment is going to be on my Miata upgrades I'm currently doing. Going to Mega Squirt 3 plug and play. I'm doing some upgrades. I put all new wires and plugs in the car, pulled the valve cover gasket off and wrinkle coated it, and then I got this diverter plate from front of the radiator, which is also being upgraded. That's the stock one. It's been in there since it was new. Over here, I've got my brand new Mishimoto with the twin low profile fans. It's going to be going in. But for right now, I'm going to be upgrading the intercooler piping here in the next year. But for now, I'm just going to be changing this. I'm getting rid of this now that I have the Mega Squirt in it. And I got the new intake plumbing from Flying Miata that comes out of here and goes right to here. And I'm going to attempt to be fabricating my own cold air box out of aluminum to mimic basically the one that they sell for like $77. I think I can fabricate that pretty good. To get more air in there, I've made, in fact, this little piece right here. I'm taking out the turn signal indicator, and I fabricated this piece. I made this out of 22 gauge sheet metal steel. I got the two LED indicators. One will be the running light, and one will act as the turn signal. And I implemented that into the stock wiring plug, which is right here. Here's what used to be connected to there. I have twilights, which means I have this additional running light that goes in the corner light position of my turn signal. And I wanted to retain that. So I got these LED markers from AutoZone. They're about $7 a piece. I got some sheet metal, and I got this expanded metal is actually gutter guard stuff that I got at Home Depot for like $2 for 3 square feet of it. And it's expanded steel. It's painted like, I guess, gloss black, just regular paint. And then I made this template using these dimensions right here where the turn signal came out. And then I took the stock plug-in. This is totally plug and play. It's also, I've made it so it's reversible by putting these plugs and corresponding plugs into the wires that go on here. On these, also I found out on LEDs that white is used as a ground, and they do have polarity, so they'll only wire one way or else they won't work. So the white on here I blended together and merged into one single ground wire, which I put a corresponding butt connector onto there. And I did the same thing with the original wiring in case I ever want to go back to a regular turn signal. I can. I just have to unplug this, take this off, plug these back on, plug this back in, and then I have a regular turn signal again. So it's totally reversible the way I did this. And I've made it so this is basically plug and play. And now that I've connected these wires to these turn signals, this one will act as the running light. It will be on when I have the running lights on. This one will be the turn signal. So when the turn signal activates, this one will light up, and this one will be on the whole time that the running lights are on. And basically, I just made this simple template like this. Use the dimensions from inside that area there. And then I used that to cut out some sheet metal. And then I measured in, I believe it was 3/8 in from the side, and made marks all along there. And then basically drew the area I wanted to cut out of this. And then I drilled holes, and I used stainless steel machine screws and through bolted it like that to the back side of it after I painted it. And then I put these are 3/4 inch mini sealed LED marker lights that I got at AutoZone, I think or Advance Auto, I think they were like $7 a piece. So I got about $14 into LEDs. The sheet metal was like, I don't know, $12. This was like $2. And the butt connectors, I just got a bunch of butt connectors. I'm doing this whole thing for basically about 30 bucks. And the reason I'm doing this is I didn't want to have symmetry on this. There's no real reason to do away with that one. That one does just fine. And by making more openings in this, you're pressurizing the engine compartment. And what that does is it makes it harder for the cooling to occur with your radiator, which is why I also got this diversion panel. And once I build the cold air box back there, this is going to just pump cold air into that area there underneath the headlight and feed the turbo with plenty of cool air. And the styles that you can get, there's like $130 you can get 2 of these, but there's no, like I said, there's no real reason to do that one on that side. So I only wanted to do this side, and the style that I like was this style. It's sort of like the IL, I forget what the name it is, some Japanese company, IL Motorsport or something like that. They make one that's similar to this style. But those are really expensive. Those are like $200 for 2 of them, and I only wanted the one. And you can't buy these things singularly, so I decided to just make it asymmetrical. I made it like this. It'll work fine. I've had it in there already. I just have it out here to show, basically what it looks like out of the car. And I'll pause this in a minute and then resume with it installed so you get a gist of what it looks like installed. But I'm making this for about 30 bucks, and that's a hell of a lot better than $200 if you don't need $200 worth of intake. I just wanted a cold air intake for the turbo cold air box. So I'm going to pause this now. I'll install it, and then I'll resume once I have it installed in there. And there you go. That's what it looks like installed. Pretty simple. I'm using the original equipment screws. And I didn't plug it in, so I'm not going to show how it works. Basically, when it's running, this will operate as the running light with the running lights on. And when you utilize the turn signal, this one will turn in. And the way I did it with the stock plug, wiring it into the stock plug, it'll plugs right into the factory wiring. It's literally plug and play, and it's completely reversible like that. The one thing I failed to show before is I made a little spacer behind there to bring this end out a little bit so it's more flat going that direction. That's so you're not getting air going in here and building up and rolling off the side there. It'll go more straight into there, underneath the headlight and into where the cold air box is going to be. And that's about it for now. I'll have future updates as I continue with more of the updates of the turbo system that I'm updating. This is a turn of the century Bell 4.2 kit that used to be sold through Flying Miata, which is where I got it from originally. And I'm gradually updating it with various bits and pieces. And that's it for now. And the next video, I'll probably be doing the radiator install. So long for now.